Well, hi folks, a bit of a gamble today. Well, everything's a bit of a gamble at the moment, to be honest. The rivers are well over their banks. So I decided to come down to the small stock ponds at the clay pit. Now, I've caught tench here on most of the occasions I've come here, but it's the middle of winter now, so perhaps I'm being a bit optimistic. But we've had a few sort of milder days. I wouldn't say mild, but milder days, and I thought they might be moving around a bit. So I've come here with maggots and sweet corn, that's all I've got, and I'm going to give it a try for the tench. Now, I have fished here once before in the winter and blanked, so the omens aren't particularly good, but on that occasion it was bitterly cold. Now, it is actually relatively mild today. I think it's going to get up to about 10 degrees. So we're going to give it a go. As I say, it's a gamble, but there aren't many options at the moment, to be quite honest. So we'll see how it goes. It's quite a good day for fishing, really. It's overcast. There is a slight threat of rain, but it's overcast. Not too much of a wind. So we'll see what happens. But as I say, if you want to go fishing, the options are fairly limited at the moment. So let's see how we go, shall we? Definitely something interesting, I think. It's moving slightly. There we go. And this is a better fish, folks. This is definitely a better fish. It's not a tiddly perch. It could be one of our tench. Yeah, it's fighting very hard, so it's got to be a tench or a small carp. It's more likely to be a tench given the way it's fighting, I think. Oh, you don't want to go in there. Okay, we're ready to go, folks. There's one other guy on the lake that I can see. You can probably see it's his car. He's presumably after carp, although he might be after pike, I'm not sure, but he's got 3 rods out, so carp seems more likely. But he's on the main lake. Anyway, I've put a few maggots out there. I've actually brought a bit of old sort of brown seedy bread with me, a few leftovers. I may crumb that up and put in, but we'll see how we go first. Now, I've got my Gray's Prodigy TX 12-foot float rod, preloaded waggler, 1 shot near the hook, and a bunch of maggots. This is basically a Rapidex reel, although it's badged a bit differently. It's badged under Allcocks, but it's actually an early Rapidex, which I bought second hand, as I did all bar one of my centerpin reels. Yeah, so see what happens, shall we? It might be a bit of wishful thinking today, to be honest. Although the water's got some colour to it, it's not completely clear, like it is sometimes in the really cold weather when nothing's moving around. And the level's up from when I last fished here in the warmer weather, in the very dry weather, when the level was at well, it's as low as I've ever seen it. So, a few hours trying, maybe just trying. We'll see if anything obliges. There's a little ring round the float then. What does that mean, I wonder? Birds are busy today. This is basically a wildfowl sanctuary. There's birds here all through the year, noisy birds. Yeah, the Offord and Buckton Club, one of the chaps there put a couple of videos up on the Facebook page, and the mill stream was over the banks, and the mill stream has got it's quite a deep channel, so it was well up, and there was also a shot of the main River Ouse, which was over the banks, so it's really challenging out there on the rivers at the moment. I don't think things are going to be fast and furious today, unfortunately. In fact, if we get a bite, it'll be a plus. I may go out a bit further. When I put the maggots in, they were a little bit further out than where my floats ended up, so... As I say, it may be just wishful thinking, but I thought with a bit of milder weather, and these ponds are not obviously very big and not that deep, so I thought with a few days of milder weather the water temperature may have come up a bit, and it might have been just enough to get the fish nosing around, but as I say, it's a bit of a gamble really. It's going to get a lot colder tomorrow. Apparently the wind direction has been west-southwest, bringing all that rain in from the Atlantic. It's changing to north later today, or veering to north, and tomorrow is going to be a lot colder apparently. So this seemed sort of a small window of opportunity. There's definitely movement on that float. It's definitely moving. Yeah. It's not a tench, that's for sure, but it's a fish, which is all we need to worry about, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little perch. I bet he swallowed that right down. Yeah, let's get the disgorge out. See, I might be able to get that with the forceps. Can actually see it. There we go. Well folks, we haven't blanked. We've got a tiny weeny perch. The float just bobbed a bit, which is a good sign. See if anything happens, shall we? It's definitely something interesting, I think. It's moving slightly. And there we go. And this is a better fish, folks. This is definitely a better fish. It's not a tiddly perch. It could be one of our tench. Yeah. Yeah, it's fighting very hard, so it's got to be a tench or a small carp. It's more likely to be a tench given the way it's fighting, I think. Oh, you don't want to go in there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's having a go. Yeah, it's a nice tench, isn't it? Well, my hunch proved correct. My hunch proved correct. I thought they might be on the move. This gravel's a bit hard on the knees, so see if I can use my well, that is a cracking start, folks. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Crikey. It's a long way down. I've never had a tench take a bite that far down before. I can't even see it with the forceps. There's a discordia with a big. Hmm? Yeah, but the trouble is he's taking it so far down I can't seem to get the discordia on it. Ah, fantastic. Hmm?
Success.
Yeah. I had a hunch that given it's been a bit milder lately,
Yeah.
they might be grouting around a bit, and it proved correct. Right, I'll just show him to the camera and I'll put him back. I did catch a tiny weeny perch first.
Yeah.
Right, let's put him up, show him to the camera. And then we'll put him back in. Whoa. Yeah, I've never had a tench take a bait that far down before. Yeah, normally I'd get them there just lip hooked.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the float was sort of farting around a bit.
Yeah, so you didn't know whether to take it or not.
No, let's let you recover a little bit. Oh, you seem to be okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it take a lot.
No. Off you go, mate. Come on.
Either way.
Yeah. Oh, well, that made worth coming out.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure, I must admit, today. Are you after carp or pike?
Yeah, carp.
Carp, yeah. I'm afraid life isn't long enough for carp for me. I just had another bite. Oh, I think it was a perch, but it fell off. I started the camera, but no, let's go a bit out further than that, I think. Yeah, I think it was. I switched on the camera quickly, thinking it might be another tench, but it wasn't. It was a perch I was only. It fell off. But anyway, that was another bite. And I started fishing about 9:15, and it's only 10 o'clock, so we're not doing too bad. That was the third bite. Getting another bite, I think the float just lifted a bit. So we'll see what happens. That shot's very near the hook, so it was a sort of lift bite. Let's see if anything develops. Perhaps should have struck on the lift. It didn't lie flat, it just lifted about an inch. It's good news, there's still interest down there. Perhaps it felt the resistance and decided to leave it alone. Unfortunately, this breeze is coming up a bit, which is making life a bit trickier. It's cutting up quite badly on the main lake, but we're a bit sheltered here. Yeah, nothing's come of it. It lifted quite noticeably, the float. Perhaps I'll recast. The float just dipped, so I've put the camera on. Yeah, it's dipped again. Probably can't see it that well on this camera because I can only just see it with all those reeds reflecting in the water. It sort of makes it difficult to focus, but just two little dips. But it may come to something, you never know. Or maybe not. Yeah, it just dipped again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Take it properly. Could be liners, I suppose. If there's fish moving around down there. there we go. There we go. It had all the characteristics of a tench bite, to be honest. All that sort of farting around. Strange sort of fight though. Doesn't feel particularly heavy, but it's sort of thumping away. I think it must be a tench, to be honest. There are carp in here, but that would have tore off if it was a carp. There are bream in here apparently, but I've never caught them. No, that was quite a powerful pull then. Wouldn't be a bream at that, it's another tench, isn't it? I've got a 6-pound line onto a 14 hook, so I'm fairly strong tackle on. So. And the neck got caught up. This one looks like it's, oh yeah, looks like it's hooked in the lip. There we go. Just turning on my remote camera so I can show you the fish after I've unhooked it. Well, so I'll turn it on. It's supposed to be able to do it from my phone, but it don't seem to be happening at the moment. Oh, there we go. So it is now recording. There's another nice fish. It's quite as big as the last one, but given how difficult fishing is at the moment, I'm certainly not complaining. It didn't feel as heavy, to be honest. Yes. Yeah, he won't open his mouth for me. Yeah, it's just in the edge of the lip. I think I'll need to. I might be able to get it out. Probably need the forceps, I think. No, I've got it out, which is good news. No mucking about. Yeah, another nice winter tench, folks. There we go. Yeah, super. Right, let's put you straight back, shall we? It's hard to get on. Oh, I've got cramp in my leg. This is trouble. Yeah, another nice tench. Oops, just bashed me camera. That was bloody stupid, wasn't it? I have to make sure it's still set up right. Oh yeah, he's ready to go already. We didn't keep him out long, did we? No, he's not. You know, you're going the wrong way, mate. You're going back into the net. That's not the way to get out. I've just poured a cup of coffee, so that should guarantee a bite, shouldn't it? Although it's sitting on my unhooking mat at the moment, it's not in my hand. But I've just cast in, I won't pick the coffee up yet, just in case things happen immediately. Yeah, that last tench, that was a sort of classic tench bite. It was sort of playing around with it for a while and then it slid away. So it was easy enough to hook. Right, just about. Oh no, that is a bite. I think that float is moving to the right. There is no reason it should move to the right. Unless it's the breeze swirling a bit. It's not gone down at all, it just moved. Oh, maybe it was just water movement. I was just going to pick my coffee up, but I better not just yet. Well, the swans are off. And there was a bite straight away. Not sure they're tench, but we never know. It's lifting, isn't it? Yeah. It's not a tench, is it? Silvers. But we're not complaining. Oh, nice roach. Yeah, nice little roachy. Right, I'm going to drink the rest of my coffee now before I cast out again. Something just topped over there. This is tantalising. There are bubbles all around my float. But they are bubbles that came up a little while ago, of course. They're not fresh bubbles. So it might have moved on, but I'm going to leave it there. It's quite interesting that up until now the float wouldn't have been out this long before a rudd had a go, but nothing's had a go. So shall we sort of keep our fingers crossed there's something bigger moving around down there? Oh, that was a... Oh, he's really trying hard to get into the reed. That was a really fiddly bite, and I thought it was another rudd, but it ain't, is it? This one's bigger. This one's definitely bigger. Oh, jeez. That was where the bubbles were coming up. I think my arm's in the way of you seeing anything. I'll try and keep it out of the way. Yeah, this is a big tench. This is a big tench. Yeah, that was where the bubbles were coming up, and this is the best one to so far today. I may just weigh him. I've set up the scales. I think the hook's come out, which is good news. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. He's got a stone in the net. I don't know how that's happened. Let's get the rod out of the way. Right, I've set the scales at minus 14 ounces because that's how much this net weighs from previous experience. So £3.14. So you can see £3.14. Yeah, it's a nice fish. It's certainly the best one of the day, and that's where the bubbles were coming up. Let's show you to the camera, shall we? Oh, steady on. I let you recover, didn't I? So you're fighting fit again. Oh. Very, very slimy. Right, let's get hold of you. I don't want to drop you. Right, there we go. £3, 14 ounces. Right, let's put you back in, shall we? Where's my towel? Oh, it's over there. How did my towel get over there? It's weird. Let's put you back in, mate, shall we? I literally just switched off the camera, and as I switched it off, the float bobbed again. Unbelievable, isn't it? God, Jesus. But it was just that, a bob. Anyway, I switched it back on just in case. There's certainly something down there that's playing around with that bait. Yep, there goes another bob. It's either that or a shoulder small rod, and one after another they're trying to get the thing in their mouths and can't manage, which is a possibility. But you never know, do you? That's the great thing about fishing with a float, you never know really. It's your sort of link with what's going on down on the bottom. Unfortunately, it's not a clear link. You know something's going on, but you don't know quite what. I can't think it'd be a tench. I think it would have taken it by now. I think it's small fish. So I'm going to have a check on the maggots and recast, I think. Well, they're not touched really, which is interesting. It's just come out to 1 o'clock. I'm going to give it another half hour or so, and then I'll start packing up, I think. Certainly feels chillier than it did when I first got here. That's probably because I've just been getting colder. As I say, it's been milder recently, but mild is a relative term. We're talking about sort of 6 to 8 degrees, perhaps 10 if you're lucky, as distinct from 0. And this wind is not a warm wind. There's not much of it. It's much more noticeable on the main lake. But that's interesting. There's a bubble come up right near my float. Oh, that is a good sign. A bubble right near my throat. I couldn't wish for anything more. And quite a lot of tench in this small pond. Yeah, a bubble. It's about 6 inches to the left of my float. A couple of bubbles just popped up. So fingers crossed it finds my bait. Yeah, there we go. God, talk about predicting it. Ah, come off. Come off. Ah, what a ball. Came off. Ah, well. Never mind. Can't win them all. And at least it came off away from where I was catching them. Right, let's have another go, shall we? Carp.
Been a tench, but
Tench. Yeah.
at least that shows them rigs are working.
One just came off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting there and a bubble came up right next to my float and I thought this looks good. And then the float went away. Had it on for about 30 seconds and came off. Well, you know, that was amazing really, because there were some bubbles coming up right near me float and I thought, oh, this looks good, and then the float shot away and it was on, but not for long. To be honest, it didn't feel anywhere near as heavy as the certainly the last one or even the first one I caught, so, but even so it was definitely not a rod. I obviously hadn't hooked it very well. Just hook pulled. Probably a bit late on the strike, perhaps. I don't know. Either that or I probably just nicked it and it just tore out. I don't know. Would have finished the session off nice, that one, but there we go. I've got a half hour or so. Give it another half hour or so. It's 1:20 and I think I may call it a day soon. Been here just over 4 hours, and I think 4 hours is enough sitting in this sort of temperature, static. I'm starting to seize up a bit, to be honest. The body's alright, it's not hot, but it's not too cold, but my hands are cold, my feet are starting to get cold, and it's gone a bit quiet actually. After losing that fish earlier on, I had a couple of bites that I missed. I'll stay another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just keeping an eye on this float, and I'll come back to you if anything materialises, but it's gone very quiet actually. As I say, I'm starting to get cold, and it's been a good session really. It's, you know, just over 4 hours. I said it was a gamble when we started, and the gamble certainly paid off really. Yeah, I couldn't have expected 3 tench. If I'd caught one I would have been more than happy. And the little rud sort of kept me occupied as well. Yeah, Meanwhile, the rivers are still in a mess. We've only got what? It's only really 4 weeks to go now to the end of the season, and I'm not sure how much river fishing I'm going to get in, to be honest. Some more rain's forecast. Yeah, it's appalling, really. In the summer we couldn't fish them because they were almost bone dry, and now in the winter you can't fish them because they're flooded. Yeah. I must admit I'm looking forward to the summer. I'd rather struggle in low water than fight high water. Anyway, yeah, so as I say, I'll come back to it if anything happens, but if it doesn't, I'll be packing up shortly. Well, short and sweet sign off today. I'm absolutely frozen. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, it was a gamble today, but a gamble that paid off. 3 tench, 1 fish came off, which I think was almost certainly another tench, albeit not a very big one. Quite a few small rudd, 1 small perch. Yeah, it was a gamble that paid off. I was here about just over 4 hours. Yeah, and great, really. Right, so that's it. I'm going to get in the car, put the heater on because I'm frozen. So as always, thanks for watching, and thank you to the subscribers. And following my little sort of promotional video, the previous video, a little promotional video about my website and my book, a few people have contacted me or commented about that, and thank you. And although I didn't look yesterday, the day before I'd actually sold a couple of books, so thank you to whoever it was who bought those books. I hope you enjoy it. Right, that's it. I'm going to get in the car now and warm up. I'm absolutely flipping frozen. So, as always, bye for now and cheers.